Hello, and a merry Monday morning to you, my cascading carnivals of ooey gooey brambleberry tarts and some while playing fun to you. It is I, Hallie, with today's weekly reading book review, May 2026, episode 2. Yes, please to admire my brand new, marvelous, oh so accurate mug. You people. My cousin Melissa got it for me on our most recent trip to Universal in Florida, and I'm very happy. I mean, I love you guys, but sometimes we just need to escape and recharge. So on top of a mountain. Anyway, coffee, books, stories, that's why we're here. So pour yourself a cup of coffee should you like to know about the books and stories I consumed this week, and let's talk about books first. So the first book I finished, found this at my library's new release shelf. This is Seishi Yakomizo's The HONJIN Murders, early 1920s, and the only way I knew I could picture the setting was because of Kurosawa's Throne of Blood, which is his Scottish play retelling in Japanese samurai culture. Anyway, so it's like those long, kind of not like a palace, but sort of like a lodging house for samurai, etc. Anyway, so family drama to the extreme, a locked room murder mystery, etc. So a little goopy, and it took me a while to get into because it's kind of like not really the detective, but a reporter reporting on things he heard or saw or people told him. And so there's not a lot in scene drama, but some. So it was different. Yay for that. Okay. I did manage to read, not this whole book, but Shakespeare's A Lover's Complaint, which was like a 12-page poem, which I went to lunch by myself, ate a harvest burger and onion rings because I'm not a monster, and read that. So I know I still owe you my Sonics quote post. I've taken the pictures. I just haven't typed up my other favorites. So that post is coming today or tomorrow. And then I'll do, probably tonight, I will do a quote from A Lover's Complaint, and we will continue our Shakespeare quest. Next up is in our to-be reading stack. So we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, the next book I finished was Kekla Magoon's The Secret Library. Not The Secret Library, but The Secret Library. So our heroine's grandfather dies, leaves her a map. She follows it, and it's a magical library that appears, and everything on the shelf is a secret. So she kind of goes back in time to observe other people's secrets, mostly family secrets throughout her history. So most of the time is spent on a pirate ship, and things happen. So LGBTQ friendly, and a lot of, I'm not saying this in a bad way. Of course I'm not. That's a way for a white girl to say it. Not just Black Lives Matter, but like heritage pride, I guess, for the Black culture. Gosh, I hope I'm saying that accurately. You know I mean to. So it was great. Family history, all the drama, backstory, an adventure on the high seas. So Kekla Magoon's The Secret Library. And then, completely different, grown up, also a couple of goopy scenes. This is The Maidens by Alex Michaeledes. You may recognize his name from most recently The Fury, but also most famously The Silent Patient. And there were a couple references to that, which was great. You didn't have to read that one to know this one, but when they mention a mental health facility, that references back to The Silent Patient. Anyway, so this is set at Oxford. The college is at Oxford and Cambridge, or vice versa. I know there's technical terms, and I'm sorry I don't know them. But it's funny because I just read, like, last week for book club, The Discovery of Witches, same setting. So this was great. And yeah, so it got me. I thought, oh, this is just obvious, and we know who did it, and confess already, and then poof, twist. So well done, Alex. Well done. You got me. So yeah, if you like, there are trigger warnings. If you need them, let me know. And some of no, it's not accurate. But I can't tell you without spoilers. So if you like thrillers, you'll be fine. The Maidens, Alex Michaeledes. Okay? Yeah, spoiler free because I stopped myself. Okay, a movie I watched, again from my library. You know, I've been listening to The Secret Life of, I always forget it, or Secret History of, I don't know. It's a new podcast. I'll tag it below. Talking about Roald Dahl and how he was like BFFs, in an elite circle of MI6 secret agents sent to Washington, D.C. to seduce wives of politicians to convince America to join World War II from the Brits. Wild. Anyway, Ian Fleming, who wrote all the James Bond novels, was in that circle, and Roald Dahl, and he was pursuing various careers, wanting to be a serious writer, did it a couple of times, have to do things for money that he thought were beneath him, but alas, one of those was Sean Connery's last Bond film. Roald Dahl is screenwriter credit. Yeah, right there. Yeah, anyway, can't see it, it's not gonna focus, but I'm telling you this anyway. So it's You Only Live Twice. Yes, it's problematic by today's standards, but art is a time capsule. I think it's important to know where we've been, where we're going, where we've come from, celebrate progress and whatever. Anyway, so do not condone stereotypes in this, as a lot of it happens in Japan and the Far East, but we do get some beautiful Japanese countryside. It's silly, ridiculous. My favorite thing about it, they're in a volcano, and there's this little like metal like roller coaster track to get astronauts around, so it's just kind of fun to see like little things of inventions and outer space, like Willy Wonka's sequel, when Charlie and Willy Wonka go to outer space, wackadoodle. But Roald Dahl wrote a James Bond film, and I just find that fascinating, and I had to watch it, so I did. Okay, also currently reading, you know how last week I was in a little bit of a writing slump after the megalith of Discovery of Witches, and after the Maidens, which I just finished last night, so I can't call it a reading slump, but I did start another middle grade book that I'm not loving, and thankfully I also had this next to me. So I started this and I'm loving it. So another way to get out of a reading slump, if you don't have a graphic novel available, read a childhood favorite. So this is Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach. Again, we got to reread them because they're so well, they're quirky, they're wonderful. I grew up on them. I love them regardless of all of art from the artist, whatever. It's a good book. So James and the Giant Peach, this is a Chris Van Allsburg cover. Wild. And there's some wacky illustrations in here too, with I cannot find a credit in my copy. Written in the 60s, I feel like Roald Dahl hit peak popularity for middle grade readers in the 80s and 90s, but what do I know? I just still love them. So probably gonna read more Roald Dahl. Coming up next in my reading, as I mentioned, my next Shakespeare alphabetical read-through quest, Taming of the Shrew. And then I got this from the library. So grateful. I loved and read Jo Segura as the authors. I read her, this is Temple of Swoon. It was Readers of the Lost Heart, which I actually got at the Rip Bodice up in Brooklyn. But thankfully, my library to the rescue for her next one. So that's going to be a fun, semi-spicy, probably. Rom-com, adults only, please. Yes, there's a cartoon on the cover, but it's an adult kissing book. Okay, and then you may have seen my reel that came in the mail. This is the finest. Look at that gloss on that. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is Soman's Young World, Soman Chainani, sprayed splatter paint edges. This is his YA debut. So you may know him from, there it is. I have multiple copies of Serious for Good and Evil. I'm pointing above my head, if you can make out those spines there, all of which are signed now because I go to Y'allfest in Charleston when he's there. Anyway, this is his YA debut, just came out, and yes, it looks maybe orangish on your cover, but I swear this thing color shifts throughout the day. So it is a bright neon pink orange that he and his design team worked extensively on to get printed, and it's called Nuke Orange, which has something to do with the plot. Oh, and it's not just a YA book. It has all sorts of graphics and charts and doodles, so it feels like a teenage boy's journal when he becomes president, because write-in votes to impress a girl, and there's a murder mystery over in Europe, and other countries have young leaders elected, and so they have a G8 summit, and people are attacking, I'm not telling, and so I read an arc. I can't wait to reread the finished glorious hardcover, and there's no I forget what they call it, but I'm obsessed with this. It was kind of like the Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events. There's no book sleeve. It's just like printed on the cover, and I love it. So yay, Soman. He's on tour, so check his tour schedule. He may be in a town near you. None of them were near me. It would have been a 10-hour drive, and I ain't got that kind of time or gas money right now. Anyway, congrats, Soman Chainani. Yay, Young World. Okay. And also his pre-order gift. He published, self-published, these Diary of a Novel, which For the past 2.5 years or so, he has been keeping a substack of writing this book. They're great, unhinged entries, fabulous, his process and thinking, etc. Yeah, so he published in print, which I love to read, the first 100 substacks of those, and so check that out. Okay, next, I told you a few reading next, so we'll see if we get to them. It's a wacky week, kids. I am rewatching because I love it. This is Adam West, Burt Ward, Batman movie, because it's ridiculous and they know it and I love it and it is what it is and I find it funny and entertaining and colorful and silly and this is my vibe, yo. Okay, and also Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. I got it from the library again because my hold expired last time I checked it out and I've never watched it, and What Went Wrong Pod recently covered it. And I need to watch it. It's a classic. So anyway, I would love to know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. Crayon Box Mail has been sent this month. It is not too late to join if you would like both your welcome pack and May's stickers and surprises in your real life snail mail inbox with glittering notes and goodies from me. And what else? Oh yeah, also this weekend I have 2 more auditions for local theater, and I will post those in my stories today, especially the South Carolina New Play Festival, which is like the best. I think it's their 4th or 5th year. I've only missed 1 year because I was out of town for a writing thing. Anyway, but they are staged readings, so you don't have to memorize, you don't have to wear a costume, you don't have to learn blocking. It is a 1-week commitment, music stand readings. If you are musical, they are doing one full production. Read more on their website, but I will put that audition link and stage manager, whatever they sent out an email this morning. If you missed it, ask me. I'm not a representative for them, but I am auditioning because I love it and would love to be involved, even as just a narrator, to read the reading. Claude walks through the room, it'd be so fun. Anyway, so I love stories, I love theater, you know me, and yeah, so happy weeks to you. I've got projects on projects as usual, plus babysitting and auditions. So hooray! We bless the coffee. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.